Hello, I'm Brett Knowles. This is a quick walkthrough of what we intend to do during the City of Edmonton's Series 7 workshop overviews. The first step, which is typically Monday morning, we're going to capture the strategic objectives and priorities of the service area. So we'll end up developing this strategy map as kind of a generic layout, and we'll be using the branch managers, service directors, and the service managers to surface the current strategy based on your current plans, and of course identify what are the top level targets and budgets that we need to achieve in the service area. In the next step, we'll be using the service managers and supervisors to do 3 steps. First, they're going to do what we call a process ontology. And based on that, they're going to identify the critical performance nodes in your service area, the black boxes on this ontology. And then from there, they'll be able to assess your current process's strategic performance profile. And that gives us a graph that can identify how we're performing against each area. We'll then assess your current roster of strategic projects and identify their gap closing potential, and in fact compare the process gaps with the project's gap closing potential to identify opportunities to refine your project portfolio. Now, this last stage is kind of an addition to the core EPM project, but it's an easy step and significant benefits to the service area. What we'll then do on day 3 is, with the same service managers and supervisors, identify measures in those black boxes, those critical performance areas. And we'll do that with a simple input transformation output methodology that allows us to identify many measures, and then we go through a process of a signal strength assessment to identify the best measures, and by the end of the day we'll have identified measures for those critical performance nodes. The 4th day, same team, now we're actually going to be inputting that data. So we're going to go out and gather it and then put it into a pilot software. We haven't selected software, but the software that the vendors are allowing us to use to sample 2 or 3 different applications so we can get familiar with an EPM process and software looks like and begin getting our teams up to speed. And then Friday, straightforward, it's launching it. That's going to be all the teams in the room, a 2 or 3 hour presentation on measures identified, a debate on those, the EPM system, and now you have a working pilot in your service area. So to recap what the teams and timing is, we've got one team which is the senior team, the branch managers, service directors, and managers, and for about 3 to 6 hours on Monday they'll create that strategy map, weight the strategic goals, and agree on the top level targets, which should be easy. They just come from your budgets. Then a second team, the service managers and service supervisors, will do several steps. They'll assess the project and process strategic alignment and performance. On the next day, they'll then identify measures, assess signal strength, and make recommendations. On the 4th day, they'll be collecting data and inputting it into the pilot software, and then launching it on Friday. The service managers and supervisors will prepare a presentation, and then the senior team will come in, accept that presentation, and launch the EPM pilot. Hopefully that gives you a good overview of what that week is going to look like and give you some insights into who from your team should be joining us.